Hi, it is Listening Week at our Raw Material. I am Tavish Carduff, and I am here to talk about how much there is in our world to actually tune into and how to set yourself up for the best possible listening. I always like to start by taking a deep breath, and especially in the spiritual weeks, I like to recognize the pillar for what it is, an opportunity to, in this case, actually listen, but to listen to each of these 12 subjects. Doing that on a regular basis just helps you pay attention to what other people might be hearing and gives you just a greater vantage point or perspective to see everything from. This is where we take it all in. This is where we sit quietly with all of the things that the first 5 pillars have done for us and to us, as in setting up the conditions of our life and making sure or not that we are nurtured and have the things that we need. So when we're just taking in all of the things that are potentials for listening, all of the people that we interact with, all of the sounds that come upon us. If you've ever taken a meditation class or series, you will know that one of the things that they ask you to do is get quiet and observe your environment. Listen to the sounds that your house makes or the building makes or the street outside, nature outside, anything distant sounds that you can grab and grasp and pull into your awareness and consciousness. Once you do that, these things that you tune out regularly become louder. And really the reason why I like to ask people to do it is to just see the perspective of, oh yeah, when I am tuned into something, I'm paying attention to it better. We all think that we're good multitaskers and listen. Well, that's not fair. A lot of us think that we are good multitaskers and listeners. And the truth is, we can only pay attention to so many things at a time. So if we are doing several things at once, chances are we're missing beats in each of the arenas that we're trying to operate in. I don't have any problem with missing beats here and there because I think as human beings we do. It's being aware that we do, accepting that we do, and moving through life being willing to actually listen, being willing to go back into a situation where we know how it happened and rework it so that we can take in the information from another person or take in a perspective that we didn't see the first go round. And I don't want to say that we have to walk around doing this in every situation, but in a lot of situations, if we can listen from other angles, then we set ourselves up to see the picture more clearly and to understand things with a depth that we might not be able to get to when we just think we're hearing everything. Trust me, we are not. I like to ask clients to observe their own inner chatter and notice, what does that voice say to you? Is it mostly positive or negative things? What gets reverberated back into your body from your own thoughts? Are there negative things running around in there? Are there positive things? Are you looking like, where's my next meal coming from? What is the echo that is resonating all over inside of your body? Your brain might be onto something else, but your body is still holding the things that you listen to, but also the things that you didn't listen to. As a parent, I have been accused many, many times of not listening. And the kids are right. I may be very deep in thought and only hear half of what's said. And I have found through years of counseling people who are trying to get along with other people that what one person hears and what the other person hears are not the same thing. And even if the exact same words are said, the perception of those words can be taken in extremes. It happens in my own relationship. My husband and I will walk away from a conversation where I feel secure about what we said, and we'll talk about it later, and he had a whole different idea. I'm blown away a lot of times by how he got where he did, and same. He's looking back at me. Because we trust each other, we can look at that and say, okay, I can see where, or I'm going to have to see where the error happened or where the misunderstanding happened. But we don't want to do that. Our ego wants to say, but I was very clear and I made my point. And the other person says, yeah, I understood and I knew what you said. And then it gets into semantics about who said what and what was said and what was meant. And a lot of times that stuff winds up in an argument, a needless argument, because listening sometimes involves going back in. It follows emotion week. And the first 4 weeks bring up emotion. Once we get settled on how we feel about the things in those first 4 weeks, now we get to listen to them. Now we get to kind of play around with ourselves, like we're Play-Doh. Let's go see where all of these parts formed and know that we can reshape the things that we want to reshape. We can always talk to ourselves in a different way. We can always take in a different voice. We can always change the music. We connect in all sorts of different avenues. A lot of people do it through church or through their synagogue or through their temple. Several of us connect through nature, just through an inner understanding of what's there. There are many, many ways to feel the connection of listening just at the most basic human level, just listening to the heartbeat of human being. That's something that if you get quiet with it and feel it, you can feel the power that connects you to other things. It may sound a little crazy, but no denying that it's there. If you're ever curious, give it a whirl, because there is nothing like breathing and feeling like you can feel the breath of everything around you too. You feel your cells expand, you feel your body open up differently, and your thoughts get held differently. And when your thoughts become less ego-based, it doesn't mean that you're going to become someone other than yourself, but a version of yourself that you really are proud to look at, that you're excited about. That's what you're going to see. If you start to listen to that voice that's telling you shameful things, you're not paying attention to that connected voice. That's the ego voice. When you start letting your soul and spirit come through you, listening from the inside out, you'll know that that voice never tells you anything negative. It's constantly there as your support. It is there as your guide, and it is there to give you information if you step out of the way with all of your fear and worry, to look at what's right in front of you and to feel what's right in front of you and to look at the environment that is given to you. Because when we don't look at it, we are constantly just on this treadmill trying to make things happen that would be so much easier if we could back up and just look at them differently. Hear our resources. Hear the voice of reason. Hear the fastest way to the plan. Hear the things that will help support the things that we want. Music is the first of the spiritual weeks, and in Music Week, we take on that quality of beyond words, that otherworldliness that comes with a melody. And we can set melody and words together, and they sound beautiful, but a melody and words stand apart from each other as well. We can listen to one or the other. I personally, big fan of lyrics. So to listen to the music, I have to step out of the lyric space and really concentrate to get to the music. And it's wonderful when I do that. I feel the whole piece differently. But my inclination, my habit, is to go straight to lyrics. And a lot of times I miss the cool nuances that exist in the music. As we head into listening week and just focus on paying attention to what we're paying attention to, change it up. See if you listen from a different angle, if it changes your mind. It might and it might not. But the more that you listen to things that you don't already believe, the more expanded your ability to listen, period, becomes. You're willing to hear what another person has to say, even when you don't agree with them, and especially when you don't agree with them. And my dog doesn't agree with me. As we go through listening week, spend some time paying attention to what we consciously listen to and the stuff that's in the background. Our listening skills help us monitor our environment. And when we're only listening to what's right out in front of us, we miss so many of the cool things that happen around us. We miss the signs from the universe that teach us the things that help us. We miss the support that comes in the form of paying attention to what our environment shows us. It's hard to get quiet within yourself sometimes, but my challenge for this week is to find 10 or 15 minutes uninterrupted. Set an alarm, close your eyes, don't try to clear your mind, just pay attention to the pictures behind your eyelids. Just observe what comes up. Pay attention to what you see. And if you have any opportunity to direct what you see in a direction that you like, just start playing around. That's the ideal playground. Put some energy towards outcomes. Put some energy towards how you would like to see things as you listen for the answers and the clues to make them happen. Always remember, listening from within yourself is one of your most powerful resources. Our own observed thoughts give us more clues into how to live our life successfully than we ever get from the outside world. And I'm here to help everybody get acquainted with these pillars because they truly are the energetic support that the earth offers us. Our relationship with each of these pillars gives us the strength and the power to encounter our world, enjoy our world, and live in it with peace and harmony if that's what we choose. At our raw material, we listen to the guidance from the 12 pillars. We see our relationship with each pillar as a piece of listening from within, as a piece of understanding ourselves just a little bit better. And the more acquainted we are with each pillar, the better apt we are to listen to ourselves as our own guide, as our own healer, as our own support system, as our own creative director. We become empowered with the very qualities that we wish we had. Thank you for being here and listening. I will be here next week to talk about values and ideals. And as always, we appreciate your support. Please like us or comment or subscribe or any of the things that you're supposed to do on social media. Thank you.